Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I just wanted to do a quick little short here. I'm putting this up. This is from Fantasia and her experience at an Airbnb outside of Charlotte. And I am appalled at what happened to her and her family with her doing a birthday party for her son. She's coming off the road from, doing PR for The Color Purple, which comes out on Christmas Day, which I am going to go see because I love the first one and I read the book, which I love the most. But anyway, she came to Charlotte. She lives outside of Charlotte in the southern part of North Carolina. And her son wanted to go to this lake. And so, wanting to do what her son wanted to do, they invited some of his friends. I think it was like 6 to 9 other children. And so her and her family and the other kids went up to this Airbnb that I can guarantee was probably a very nice one, considering that it is Fantasia and she is a movie star and a singer. And so apparently the neighbors did not particularly care for them being there. She said they did have some blow-up toys, but, the balloons outdoors, and a game truck, which I didn't even know they had those, where, they bring the truck up and the kids can go in there and play games. Well, none of this seemed like it would be out of the ordinary unless they were unhappy about, I guess, the big balloon things you can rent, for parties. But she said, they came in, they did Sip and Cocoa, y'all. Sip and Cocoa, and their picture was one of the little Sonic characters. And then they had games in the garage that the kids played. And, they ate and all that. And the kids were in the bed by 9 o'clock watching movies. And she said it was like around 11 when the police called and was saying that they had gotten reports of a lot of noise over there. She was like, there was no DJ, there was no music or anything. And my thing is, how come they didn't report this earlier or talk to the host of the Airbnb, so they could call and talk to her? But it got so out of sorts with the neighbors that Airbnb told them they needed to get out that night, which was, I guess, the last night or the night before, with all these children, and she has a baby. And so because, they had all of that going on, plus everything they had brought up there, they gave them till 6 o'clock in the morning to get out. I have never heard of anything like this. And I have seen where people have done horrendous things to Airbnb. Matter of fact, I think I put it on my page. I know I did Facebook. One of my uncles has an Airbnb outside of Atlanta in Douglasville. It is a wonderful house. But I do think I have it in one of my videos because we meet there as a family and everything. And just this year, he's had people come in literally. Now, this is a gated house. It has the gates around it and everything. And apparently they came in with a moving truck. And he had just renovated, put all new furniture, brand new TVs and all these things in. And they stole all that they could. It just so happened that the guy that took care of the yard man had let my other uncle, who, I have two uncles that live in Atlanta, and the one that actually owned the house, he lives in California. He's a doctor. So the other two brothers were kind of there to, take care of the property, make sure when people came in and out that things were taken care of. And so they were called, they came up there to see what was going on. Now, they didn't get everything, I guess, on the first trip. Do you know that while they were there, they literally had come back to get the rest of the things that they had not gotten? And one of my uncles went kind of crazy. He was out there shooting at him and all this, and they called the cops. They ended up catching them, but it was just crazy. And the thing is, I'm like, how did they know? Because in Douglasville, they have these big old houses, and this house literally set back from the road. You had to go through the gate, through a winding driveway, because it has a tennis court, a pool with a waterfall. I mean, it's a big estate, kind of. And so I was really surprised at them doing that. But from what I heard is that they will go out there, and when you go do Airbnb, you can put in dates and you get to see what dates somebody else is going to be there, or, what dates are open. So they were literally going out and looking for houses in these bigger, nicer neighborhoods and seeing what dates that nobody was going to be there. So then they would go to check it out about robbing it. And it ended up being a couple of guys. They were, young people, and they happened to know a young lady that lived in the neighborhood that kind of was helping set them up with which places they should rob. Crazy. Because I was thinking about doing my condo as an Airbnb, and I was like, I watched other YouTubers who were doing it on the side and how people would come in. I mean, nasty stuff. The sheets, it was just horrible. Just the cleanup of what people would do. And then with people coming in, fighting and carrying on. And like my uncle's place, because it was a, five bedroom. It had a game room, humongous den, humongous kitchen and dining room, large laundry room. I think I said that. And it had the pool, the tennis courts, and all that. They would let them have parties, but like one lady, I think after he was just having so many issues. He had a group of people because he rented it out for like $3 a night. So people would go in together and chip in, but they would have parties and you come back and there's condoms and joints and cigarettes and eyelashes and hair weave in the pool and all this foolishness. So he had said that, parties were no longer going to be allowed. So a lady did it last summer for her family, and then come to find out she ended up having a party because the next day when my uncles came to check, what happened was she had rented those blow-up balloon things that kids play, the slides and all that, but the people that were coming to pick it up came late. They came after her checkout time, so she was still there with that, and she got mad because, you can keep the deposit or whatever it is because you can fine them for that because they went against the rules. So yeah, it can be very lucrative, but it can be such a headache. But I just wanted to show that because I was really just surprised, and I'm wondering now, what is Airbnb going to say about this, especially with her being such a well-known, actress, singer, and all that, that your host, and I'm sure she was probably a super host, of how they were treated when it could have been very much taken care of. It's funny to me. I live in the South, and if you go to her Instagram, she talked about it and everything, and it was very sad too because you're looking at a woman that I know they have been really on the road promoting the color purple and everything. So she's trying to still, do her job, plus come home and be a mommy and make sure she's there for her son's birthday, which we commend her for, and be there for her family. And then something like this, you're just trying to, relax, and something like this happens. And I guarantee it. She said she didn't want to think that it was, but I guarantee it was race-based. And then the thing was, the children were not, all African-American because he has friends, of all races. But I guarantee they saw them out there. I think they used a fire pit. And then she said that the people had the nerve to say that they were not supposed to use the game room and they were not supposed to start a fire in the fire pit. What? Why am I renting your place if I can't use everything that's in here? That's crazy. That is real crazy. But I guarantee it was race-based because, like I say, I live in South Carolina, and, prejudice is still reigning high and proud in a lot of places, not just in the South, but, definitely down here. You know it when you see it, you know it when you smell it, you just know it. But it does still set you back when it's 2023 going into 2024, and people are still discriminating against you for the color of your skin. I don't know if this will ever end. I pray that it was going to end in my lifetime, but hey, I'm 61, so I don't know. I just wish that we could really just judge people on the content of their character, heart, and behavior. All right, I might be back later, but you guys have a marvelous Monday. Me and Parker say, hey, signing out.